Welcome to another video and episode on my Arduino Yun with two motors controlled by two potmeters, and as a situation, this potmeter is responsible for the speed of this one, and this potmeter is responsible for the speed of this motor. Unfortunately, that doesn't quite work out, as it turns out. And one problem is that this motor is at times not quite responding as it should. This motor isn't responding at all to this potmeter, so I have to check on that all. This button is responsive up to a certain degree, that is. Well, not to a certain degree, it is responsible. I press the button and there it goes. Then this is the probe here, this is the probe right here, and these two probes are, well, this one and this one, checking on the pulse width for the motors. So as long as there's input, you see some response. Question is this response really what it should be? So let me change the time base a bit, and you see that these waves are not quite the same as these waves. So there is something not quite right, and if I turn up this level, well, you see what happens, nothing. If I turn up this level, turn down, you see an immediate effect. And that is what should be happening, well, up to a certain degree, that is. This is exactly what should happen. I press the button again, and off it goes. Turn it up, it needs a bit resistance, and there you have it. So I need to find out, and that is a topic for today, why this isn't responding like this one. And that is also exactly what I ended with last time. So yeah, I know that. So let's go to the second. Let's first compare the first to the second. It says here sensor value switch is 1, but which is the sensor value switch anyway? If the code is exactly the same, that's no good. So digital in 5, let's check. This one goes straight, and there we go again. This wire has to be fixed. Where does it come from? Where does it go to? It is from the LED, the NTC LED. So it is an output. So that should be output 4, I think. Or is it? It is, well, I need to find it out before I go on. I want the secret to be exactly working. Alright, the wire was should have been connected to output analog out pin 10, so it's working again, which brings me to the fact that once again what I was looking for, I have here sensor value larger than 500 and sensor value 2 larger than 500. Next, sensor value switch is 1. And what happens? Switch pressed, output value is 2. But what is the sensor value switch? That is for this one. So I think, let me guess if that is correct. If this is 10, 9, 8, 7, 6 is this one, which is the motor. Yes. So, since I do not have another switch, this one makes no sense. This whole code should be out. This part at least. So, that's one. That is the downside of just copying some stuff. Next thing is, where am I writing to? Well, this is pin 13, this is pin 4. Pin 10 didn't do anything. Well, it does now, but anyway, that's not a thing. Then, this is about a switch, but this is about sensor value 1 and another sensor value 1. What I could do is, since this is about pin 6 which controls this motor, which pin controls the other motor? That is this one, which is pin 3. Now let me look carefully. Yes, that is pin 3. So if I do different, and I say analog out pin 3, but then I need a very different, I would need actually another switch, and this is not smart to do. This one should be in here, because this is that particular switch, but I can use it just for this one, so it has a double function. Then let's just try it out. Whatever happens, happens. Yes. And I could do with another sensor, another button, because I have still inputs over, I have inputs left. Very well possible then. So let's just try this one. Alright. Yeah. Now let me just put it way up high, this one, and press the button. Press the button. Again, only this motor responds, not this one. So something is still very odd. Despite the new code, it has no influence on this motor, just like somehow this sensor value being done. Why? Well, I have extended the circuit with a second button, set up in the same way as this one, then a wire and another wire to digital input 7. So in here, digital input 7 for switch 2. Now I do need to use that somewhere, and that somewhere is right here. So sensor value switch 2, which again is this switch newly placed on the board, reach a digital input from digital in 7, which is right here, and it is once again a very improvised wire. So where do I use it? Well, I use it right here. If it is 1, then send this to 0. However, what I can also do, considering this whole thing, is making sure that this one is somehow printed. So I copy and I paste, and then I make this switch 2 and switch 2. So then I can be sure when I look here if it is actually 1 or 0. So let's just do that. You can't have enough validation. And it's done uploading. That means that I will have to make a contact again. Alright, so there it goes. Not needed, but nice anyway. Now I'm going to press the second button. The LED says yes, I'm pressed, impressed. So, and yes, switch 2 is signaled as 1, so that does work, which is very nice. That is exactly what I wanted to verify and validate. So that works. now the point is, how does it influence the motor? Well, I'm pressing the first switch, which immediately influences the first motor. How does it work for the second switch to the second motor? Not in the least. So, and now another point is that I've lost signal in here. So, where's my signal gone? It's still there. So I need to find out more about this code, especially this part. Why does it not do what it should do? When I turn it all the way down, which is here, it should say 0. But it doesn't do that. So where does it go wrong? This to right is 13 low, that's the same. Then I'm comparing this part with this part, and that is sensor value 2, which is indeed correct. Out of 32 is 2. Then it says analog out pin 13. I use analog out pin 4. Then it says output value 1, output value 3. So, am I actually using the right connections? I do think so. When I look right here with the oscilloscope, the blue line, no such thing as I mean, look at this. Yeah, well, that the blue signal is affected, but the motor doesn't respond. Look at all this. Alright, I have to fill in again. Now it is at its maximum. I turn it down. Well, it's a nice result on the oscilloscope. With this, no response. So that is something I still have to find out. And the wiring perhaps. Alright, I haven't been able to find the real thing, but when I turn at this potmeter, I definitely see the signal change. So when I turn the potmeter, this line goes up and this changes. So that in itself is alright. Nothing against that. That said, the code is alright as well. And that can't be otherwise because of the electronics. Then why is this not responding? So what I'm going to try is switch the motors, see whatever then happens. If it is the motors, I can certainly not control this one, and I will control this one because it's switched then. If it is not the motors, problem stays here. So let's try that. This is one. This is still switching. So, wiring up this one. And see whatever happens. Now, this motor turns remarkably softer, and I turn it up completely. Although the button doesn't have any real effect, now I also see that there's something else. It has a different effect than I expected, because I expect now to have it low, but the motor runs faster. So I turn it up and the motor goes slower. So now what about the other one? I am perfectly able to control it. Well, almost perfectly. Now I press the button. Well, a bit slower. It doesn't have that much effect. But I can control it. So the weird thing is, it works exactly the other way around. But what is the difference between those two motors then? Control is seemingly over. I stopped it. And it goes full up. Control is gone. Entirely gone. So apparently the circuit is dependent. This circuit is totally dependent on this one. What I didn't expect. It can't be controlled separately. and that is amazing. So whenever this one is in a certain stage, I can control this one. If this is if this is running fully, I can't control this one. Weird. But how could it be? I mean, they are so programmatically, they're independent. I don't get it. And yet, this, even now, doesn't show the same as this one. Alright, last part of this video. Let's find out some more. So this should be full speed of this motor. I turn it down. I turn it down and this one goes full speed. And I can't even control it. I turn this a little bit up and this one goes remarkably slower. But also I can't, with all respect, I can't call this really a signal for pulse modulation, while it is, because do I see a different length here in the upper line? It goes so fast that I can't really distinguish it. I can't say I do. So let's turn up this one again. Now it's different. Very different. And this looks a little bit different than this. So let me put it right here and let me control this one. See, this one controls for pretty much how this one works, and that's really remarkable. Does the button work? For that to check, I have to turn up this. Alright, turn it up. No. Turn it the other way. You can hear, I hope, this motor change speed. So now this one changes speed up, while this one is completely down. Now I turn this up and it slows down. And now I can control this one. So I can only control this with this one completely down. Strange. Really odd. Anyway, I'm a bit further. I changed some code after adding this second switch. I switched the motors. Whether that really is necessary, I dare to doubt, and they're not independent, despite my efforts so far. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and like. Follow me on Twitter, retweet and like, and on Instagram follow me and like. Please also donate to keep the videos coming your way. See for more information on my website with lots of other projects, etc. And this is going to be continued. Bye bye.